Hello there, this video is about country roads and the hazards you're going to come across. So I'm just leaving Stony Stratford, if people was curious, and I'm going to do a bit of a country route. I'm not sure, excuse me a second. There we go. I'm not sure what it's going to be like. So this country route that I'm going to go on, we'll just see what it's like. It might be nice and clear. I've got a feeling that it might get a little bit foggy because at the moment it looks a little bit slightly clearing up, but it's hard to say when you get into the countryside. So we're driving along. I've got my headlights on just in case, because it's not the clearest day at the moment. That'll give people the option to see me a bit easier. And I'm taking my time for this bend. I'm going to bring myself back to my left and see what's clear, what's going on. Yeah, there's a car coming through, so I'm slowing down. So when you're driving for a bit of countryside, I'm sure you've seen in the past the odd video that I do. I tend to do them in the summer. This one's more springtime now, I suppose. Sun's trying to come through slowly, but it's been a bit of a cold morning. And we've got the priority sign at the moment, which narrows at the right. Speed limit is 40 miles an hour ahead of us, 30 at the moment. And then there's a couple of warning signs there. Road narrows and there's a bend to the right and there's a sharp bend sign and paint on the ground, slow down for it. So I'm just letting the car slow down, dropping down to third gear for it, covering my brake, looking past it, getting down to about 20 miles an hour for this bend, back on the gas, building my speed up for the hill. So yeah, it's not the clearest day. Got to be careful because obviously this time in the morning there could be horse riders. So take that into account. Could be farmers doing the tractor driving to the fields. So even though the speed limit is, you know, a good speed, I'm not going to go too crazy. So I'm keeping it around about 40 at the moment, just expecting hazards. There's a farm on the left. I'm looking past the bend, there's a car coming. I suppose what you've also got to watch out for is motorbikes, cyclists who are out early. Another sharp bend to the left. So when you see these signs on the roads and it's saying sharp bend, you don't know how sharp it is, you don't know the road, but you've got to slow down for it because it could be a really hairpin bend. But a little tip that might help you is look at the hedges. Look at the hedges in the distance, where they go. So I'm looking at the tree in the distance, it bends to the right, and it looks like it goes on to the right a bit longer. So it's a bit of a sweeping bend, it looks like. But you know, with experience driving on country roads, you tend to get quite good at spotting what's going on. But you always be an air of caution, because if you just drive like an idiot and drive fast all the time, you're basically asking for an accident. Bending to the left, to the hedges, bending, you can see the hedges before you get there, and it goes to the left, then to the right, and then to the left again. And you've got a warning sign saying that, actually, saying to the left and right. And it looks like a sharp bend because of the way the hedges come. So I'm slowing down for a lower gear. And I'm slowing down from 40 to 20 actually, and it is a sharp bend. Bringing it round, looking at the distance. If you're going fast, you're either going to go wide or you're going to try and force yourself into your side and possibly cut the corner and maybe clip the edge. So you just got to be careful. Another bend, see, it said slow down the ground. Looks like another sharp bend. You see the trees pointing to the right there. Keeping to my side road. I don't want to cut the bend because the car could be coming the other way. Yeah, so that van could have been a couple of seconds earlier. It'd been dangerous. So stick to your side on the bends, don't cross over. And remember, don't be afraid to bring your speed down. If it says 40 miles an hour or national speed limit, it doesn't matter. It's what's the safe speed, you know. And that all depends on the type of road, how wide it is, how sharp the bends are, what's on the road, maybe parked cars, and also the road condition. You know, this one's a little bit bumpy, but it's not too bad. But some of them are chopped up with potholes. Another couple of warning signs, bend to the left and a road narrows, and a speed limit coming down to 30, so I'm slowing down for that. So it's reminding you to slow down, a little bit of debris on the road then, because you could get bricks on the road or boulders that fell off the back of a tractor. So here comes the road narrowing, it's a bit of a bridge. So I'm taking my time looking beyond it, because what I'm looking for, and I went into the middle end by the way, what I'm looking for is something coming the other way that's large, because it might force me to give way, or they might give way to me. So that's why the warning sign saying the road narrows. Expect things like that. And you won't be far off then, but if you just ignore these signs that are there to help you, then you're gonna come unstuck. So at the moment it's just a little village, 30 mile an hour maximum speed. It's flowing quite nice. I'm doing about 27, 25. And I can see ahead of me the speed limit's going back up to national speed limit, which means 60 miles an hour on single lane. But I'm not going to do 60 miles an hour. Sun's getting through on this side of Milton Keynes. Behind me it's a bit more misty and foggy. So I'm building my speed up, but I'm not going to go crazy with the speed because it's a narrow road and it's a little bit bumpy. So the sun's getting through a bit more. As a cyclist, remember I talked about at the beginning, it could be anything. There could be a horse rider out on this time. So I'm slowing down for the bend. And also, don't forget, people living on these roads. So you might even get a car pulling out of a side road where it's their driveway. So expect the unexpected. If you just drive down here thinking it's a quiet day, I'm going to be bombing along, nothing's going to happen, then you're going to come unstuck. Now, if you're on your driving test and you're driving on a country road, then the examiner's going to expect you to do reasonable speeds. He's not going to expect you to do crazy speeds. He's going to expect you to slow down for the hazards. So if you see a slow sign, then you should be checking your rear view mirror, side mirrors, and slowing down, because you don't know how much of a hazard it is ahead of you. So it's fairly clear. So I'm back up to about 45, 50. But I can see ahead of me there's a bend, and at the top of the hill it bends to the left. And you can see the white dashed lines in the middle. So if I go to a solid white line, then there's no overtaking. And if you're approaching a hazard, I mean, if you want to do a bit of research on white lines and what they all mean, then that's pretty good research that you need, because the white lines tell you all sorts of information. You know, as the white line gets longer and longer and the gap in the middle becomes less and less, then you're probably approaching a hazard, and it'll eventually become a solid white line. So it's a bit of a clear, so I'm putting my foot down a bit more. So I'm adjusting my speeds all the time. I'm not kind of leaving it at a slow speed or leaving it at a fast speed. Double bend again, speed limit's coming down, checking my mirrors, slowing down. So I'm approaching a village called Nash at the moment. And it's bending to the left and then to the right. You can see it ahead of me quite clearly. And I'll follow it round. I'm doing about 20 mile an hour on these bends. Now, I'm sure people say, oh, I can go faster on there, but that's their choice. I just know what's safe for me. There's a couple of people on the left there walking, so I'm just being careful they're not on their out road. That's it, yeah. So he had a nice bright red hat on there, so he stood out like a sore thumb, which is what you want. You don't want people blending in, because it's going to be harder for you to spot them. Another couple of warning signs, bend to the left, and possibly people walking on the road, because there might not be a path. That's what's warning you there. So I'm slowing down, sharp bend sign, so I'm slowing down for second gear here, just in case there is someone walking. That's it. On the right hand side there's not much of a path, so that's what I was talking about. People could be walking, there's a church there, people could be crossing the road. Temporary road works there where people are building stuff. I'm coming out a bit wider to avoid the cones. Sharp bend to the right. So I'm braking, looking past the bend, and I'm off the brake as I come out of the bend. And then I've got a couple of warning signs, possibly ducks crossing, so there must be a pond on the left or right, and a bit of a junction on the left also. So, you know, if it's warning you of animals crossing, then look out for them, because if you don't, you might end up seeing a duck in the road, or a cow in the road that's got loose, or sheep. So just be careful. These are the sort of things that crop up at night time. If you're driving on the country road, you're definitely going to possibly come across a wild animal. You know, if it's a country road like this where it's quiet, maybe a badger crossing the road, or a hedgehog. So you'll be going a little bit cautiously slower, just in case. So it's a bit clearer here, so I'm going a bit quicker. Doing a nice speed now, so it's a bit wider the road also, and a bit straighter, so it's a little bit easier. So there's different varies of country roads, and you've got to adjust speed for them. So I'm just going to pull over on the left here, on this straight bit, so it's easy for people to overtake me. So under this tree is ideal. So I've got a nice straight bit ahead of me, nice straight bit behind me. So it's safe for people to overtake me. They can see clearly ahead of me and behind me. So that's a quick video on country roads. Like I said, also the videos come out every week. If you like the video, click like and feel free to share it. Take care, safe driving, and good luck with your driving lessons.